How's it going? Today we're going to be talking about the Windows Sidebar. So Windows Vista has this new addition now where you can add a sidebar to the desktop. If the sidebar isn't running, you'll want to make sure that you can find it. So where it is, it's if you go to the Start menu and go to All Programs, and just under Accessories, you'll see that it's just there under Windows Sidebar. So we'll just click that, and you'll see this little grey area to the right has just opened up here. So there's nothing on mine at the minute, so you'll probably find that if you've just started your computer for the first time or you've never used a sidebar before, you'll have a few gadgets in there already, but I'm just going to do it from scratch just to show you how to add gadgets to it. So there's a little plus sign here, and all you do is click that. So if I use the sidebar, then I'd want to have a few things always shown to me, and that first one will be a clock. So it's really easy, you just double click the clock and then there it is there on the right, and maybe like a calendar. Maybe if I had my address book sorted out, I'd have a look at the address book, and possibly some news headlines, the weather, and a slideshow, say for example. Okay, so they're just the gadgets that come with Windows Vista, but you can add more gadgets online. And the bottom right here it says get more gadgets online, so all you need to do is go there and you can find a big load of gadgets that you could find useful maybe for you. So I'll just talk through some of these ones here though. So we just close that down, and you'll maybe find I don't want them in this order, but it's really easy to move things around. So you just grab the actual gadget itself and say I'll have the clock just up here at the top, and then I might have the weather next, and I think I'll put the news down near the bottom, and I'll just move these around a little bit, and you can just move these around wherever you want. And the handy thing about this is as well, if I didn't just want to keep them on the sidebar, I can take them off and put them on the desktop as well. So it's quite handy, say if I just wanted to have a little area maybe just running through some photographs that I was having a look at, and if I wanted them back in the sidebar, I just simply case of just dropping them back in. You might want to have, say if I drag out the calendar onto the desktop and let go, it flips open, so it's a little bit bigger, and it gives you the whole gallery, it gives you the whole calendar, sorry, and today's date in big letters, but we'll just bring that back in anyway. So you can still drag these little icons onto the desktop and use them there if you don't want to use them just on the right hand side or the left. Okay, so now that you've got them all put on the side, the one thing you want to do is maybe just check some of the settings on each of them, and say you didn't want to show the date like this, you can change that by just clicking it, and what will happen is it'll just rotate via either the front part of the calendar, or it'll just give you this little date section laid out, you know, just as like this is May, so it'll just give me that whole month laid out, and I can go ahead and just click through, and yeah, it's pretty good. But then this is not, I don't live in Redmond, so what I want to do is I want to change that so it'll be where I live. So I'm from Belfast, so what I'll do is I'll click this little icon beside it, and it'll say current location, and I'll search for Belfast. I'll hit the little search bar there, and there we go, Belfast, Northern Ireland, United Kingdom. And we always have our temperature in Celsius, so I'll just click Celsius and hit OK, and there we go, it's 14 degrees in Belfast. not as warm as it is, but it's a little bit better weather at the minute anyway. This is the little address book that you can have, and basically what happens is it comes up with all your addresses imported from your address book in Windows. And if you want to ask any more questions about the address book, just go onto the website and ask me a question, and I'll cover that in detail. But this will just basically filter through your information, your contact information for each person in your address book. Down below it then you've got it's just a little image gallery. I can then change what pictures. I can just click the little icon to the right here and say direct to a folder that I have that I want to bring photographs in from. So I just use sample pictures at the moment. This is between each picture there's going to be 10 seconds. This is the length of time between each picture, and if maybe I want to have some sort of fade between the pictures, I can just click, there's a transition of a fade between them, and I'll shuffle them, I'll hit OK, and then that'll rotate them just with a little nice fade between them. Below that then you see that you have it's a little news gadget, and what this does is it brings in news feeds from what you have set up in Internet Explorer. So say I wanted to make sure that I was only getting my local BBC news just brought into here. Well, what I would do is I would open up Internet Explorer, and I would go to, let's say, BBC News and I'm only using this as an example. You can use any website that makes use of RSS, and I'll explain what that is in a second. So we'll go to the BBC News section, and RSS is basically just, it stands for Rich Site Summary. So basically what it means is that you have a little just the title of a news page and a little bit of information about it where you can go to read more about it. So I'll go for Northern Ireland here, and on lots of web pages that use RSS, you'll see there's a little RSS icon somewhere, and it looks something like this just up here on the BBC News page. I'll just click that icon, and this, you can see here, brings me through to the RSS section. So what I'll do is I'll make sure that it's just Northern Irish News, and I'll say subscribe to this feed. Okay, so it'll say name is BBC News Northern Ireland UK edition, created in feeds, and I'll say subscribe. Now I'll close that down, and over here then in the little widget I'll click the tool icon beside it, and you'll see it has added BBC News Northern Ireland UK edition to the feed headlines, and I'll say I only want to have the latest 10 headlines, and I'll hit OK. Then what I'll do is I'll update, and that'll give me the latest news then from BBC Northern Ireland. Okay, that's just a quick rundown then of what's going on in the sidebar. If you need any help with certain gadgets or things like that, just ask a question, get on the forum, talk about it, and yeah, thanks very much for watching, and keep checking out the website for more updates. Cheers.